This is Alan Rickman. This show is a cesspool of nonsense, and no one should waste time on it. Listener discretion is advised.
7 months I've been in this stinking hospital, Sal. The Galatino family's losing money. You realize the hell I have been going through since I've been here. They made me drink chalk. They stuck a tube up my ass. They took x-rays. They got this little camera on a wire. They stuffed it up my wang. I had a lot of things done to the old wang, but Roto-Rooter ain't one of them.
You're listening to the American Moron Entertainment Network.
Oh, fuck yeah! Legit!
Oh, okay.
Well, we're back.
Well, I feel kind of guilty almost. I made that weeks ago.
That was good. I like that. Now, you're tuned to the P word, and this is Paul Adler, and that's Jim Perry over there.
Hey.
And
Ed's online, and so is Bree. Hello, guys.
I'm sad to say that Jim is, I mean, and not this is typically a silly show, but my condolences to you and your family, man, on your father passing.
Thank you.
And all the crap that you went through last week.
Yeah, it's kind of a nightmare, but I'm kind of used to them doing that. I'm going to shut that off. Yeah, and while I do that, I'm pouring a drink because I think I deserve it. But
all right.
But yeah, it was kind of crazy. It's almost over. Saturday's the funeral. Thursday's the viewing.
Yeah, we're doing a special beer here.
Yeah, I'm gonna pour it first, and then
all right, and then you'll announce it. But
I'm like always afraid to open stuff down here now.
Yeah,
it explodes. So.
It happens Russ spilled a beer down here the other night.
It just blows up. All right, so Rusty Trail Brewing waffle sauce maple pecan.
I have no idea what we're in for.
There's a lot of words here, man.
Paper label.
Where the hell is this from? Oh, Mifflinburg. Okay, from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I got this at the place that we get our beer from.
Which one?
The one next to Target.
Oh, I get my beer from a lot of different places.
Well, this is where I get my beer. I have a routine, Jim.
All right.
And
I sometimes go down to Kunda.
Once a week, regardless, I go to the car wash and then I get gas on my way back. But then once a month, I interrupt that routine and stop at the beer store and get beer.
Gotcha, see.
It's just, it's part of the...
I try to be unpredictable. Well, it doesn't smell overly like waffles.
I'm waiting for the head to go down. That's what she said.
I don't see it. Well, you really headed that up. All right.
Yeah, I poured slow. I don't know. But
oh wow, that's
a bunch of stuff to tell you after we get past the beer.
It's actually pretty good. I mean, it's sweet. It tastes like caramel.
It's a little too sweet for me.
It's a little sweet. Yeah, it's less sweet than I thought. But yeah, there's definitely some waffle sauce in there.
There's something in there. Yeah, that's tangy. I don't want tangy beer.
I don't know if tangy's the word.
I don't know what it is, but there's something happening.
It's like Rainbow Bright made beer.
It's like they poured a whole thing of maple syrup in there.
Yeah, and that's the problem with going to that beer store is most of their stuff is either IPAs like, come in the Super Galactic Mega IPA. Yeah, okay, no one wants that. That's why I have 50 cases of it.
I literally went and got the most bizarre looking brown ale can I could find.
Yeah, and that's the problem because I always try to find
the money on the budget on the art.
I'm always trying to find decent artwork so you can geek out on it.
Yeah,
I want to find something that's local if I can, and preferably something that's good.
Yeah,
and you go there and you can find local stuff, but it's kind of shitty.
And do an audio test while you're talking.
You find interesting stuff, and you go there and you can find local.
Oh, we're an echo.
Wow, now we sound like we're
how is that
godlike?
Possible?
I don't know. Wow. I don't know. Is that any better there? Wow.
No,
I don't know.
People thought that we're that talk radio station on the FM dial in New Jersey. Yeah, there's a radio station that does that, and it's all in reverb. And anyway,
I don't know. We just don't know what would happen.
All right, it's all fixed.
Come on,
the worst
now.
of our problems, I guess.
Well, we're gonna have another one soon.
What's the matter?
I think the red light means the battery's gonna die. But
What kind of batteries?
I have batteries in the back.
I have batteries. So
All right.
when last we left you, it was the weekend of the Russ Fest.
Yeah, I've been dying to know how that was.
It was really cool, man. It was a lot of fun, and there were a lot of cool people, and they raised a decent amount of money for the family, from what I understand. And it was very moving too at the same time. And quite frankly, I felt like Instinct did a really good job at the show. I'm not tooting my horn. I just felt like we played really well, and it potentially may be the last time Mike fills in for us.
Oh, really?
Because we are now full bore into auditioning drummers, and there's a guy that I really like, and I think I want to. I told him today I want to talk to him, so or yesterday. So we're gonna.
What's it worth to you to play in our band?
But there may be situations where I may need somebody to fill in anyway, so maybe Mike's not out of it anyway. I don't know, maybe here and there kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people aren't available. So at any rate, Frank Stevens approached me about you and I doing a live simulcast there of the P Word.
Oh dear.
To represent the event next year. It'll be on a Sunday where there's no football game for the Eagles, and I said, we'll let that percolate. I had a nice time hanging out with Mark McCarty and his son and Lil John and everybody. It was just a lot of fun that day. And all the bands just kicked ass, man. Monte Carlo was awesome. Rat Rod was awesome. It was just a nice time, and I was glad to be there, and I enjoyed it, and it was fun, and I played aggressively, all the stuff that you want to have happen at a show. And the great part was, I don't know, you probably didn't meet him, but Psycho Steve, he's the guy that came up with the term, I hate Steven Singer.
Oh, okay.
He used to work at
what did I do there?
Wired tripped. He worked for Howard Stern back in the day, and he came up with that punchline. And anyway, he's a bit of a little celebrity of
Crazy?
sorts.
Okay.
I shouldn't say little, but he's a celebrity of sorts.
Well, he's short.
He's not.
Okay. Well, you said little.
And
I was trying to give you an out.
Yeah, I know. There's no.
You can take it.
I can take the heat.
All right.
So he came down and emceed, which was really cool. He did a great job, and I think they're going to have him back next year because they want to make this into an annual event. So very nice,
Cool.
very good. I don't know, maybe Old School play there next year. I don't know. What the hell? I don't care.
I can play the spoons.
There could be a slot for you.
All right. Yeah,
So
learn Spoon Man. And,
yeah. So Frank wants to come on and do a whole show where we actually will do that whole thing, and he wants to speak more to it, if you will.
Cool.
So we'll work that out in the future, and yeah. So that was that, and it was something, and we're still only 7 minutes into the show.
No, it's cool. I mean, I was looking at the bits and pieces out there and everything, and I was like, no, it's really cool.
I haven't seen any video of Instinct yet, but
no, neither. Yeah, I've not seen that. I thought there
maybe
would be.
We weren't there.
Maybe it was on illusion. It is October now. Everything does get weird. So we set the house up a little bit. You might have noticed.
I did notice a few things.
Yeah, a few things are out there, but I noticed some other stuff.
I don't know. Pirate ship house?
No, where's that?
Somewhere in King of Prussia, they put a freaking pirate ship, one story tall.
I was thinking of doing that, but I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with that?
I don't even. Where do they store it? It's enormous.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing back when wood was cheap.
I don't know what they built it out of. I don't know if you can go in it. It's pretty amazing.
If you build something like that, you got to let kids go in, or they'll burn your house down. It would be interesting if this area became known for Halloween. Well, that's what I'm going to say, because it wasn't like this before. And then we met, fucked everything up, because there's even a house down across the street that put some lights up. Just like Halloween lights,
and Halloween lights up.
And pumpkins are like, people are beating us.
Bafaguchi is in the house.
And so is Mr. Ted Kajeski.
And Ted, hello, Ted.
He's out there.
Thank you.
He was listening to us echo. Hopefully we're not echoing anymore.
I can put it back.
No, that's fine. I don't want to sound like that.
I'm excited for this year. I told you the theme we're going to do,
Mm-hmm.
and we went and built some stuff. Hello, Ted. And
Oh, this stuff is so sweet.
it's nasty. It's almost as bad as the Mexican stuff I bought.
What was it? Just like Mexican sock
Remember,
beer?
it was that salty beer.
Oh no, that was the worst thing I've ever had. Yeah, no, that
And
was
it smelled
horrifying.
bad too.
It was like if they made beer with seawater
I'm thinking if I maybe I could use that to kill weeds.
or kill slugs.
I still have it.
I'd use it to kill slugs.
Yeah. So I don't know, but
Oh my god, now it's like drinking a cake or
it's
something.
not good.
It's getting
We'll
real
have,
sweet.
I'm gonna just have to down it, and we'll get something else.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Maple pecan imperial brown's ale. I was gonna say stout, but it's
I'm hearing
ale.
like a spoonful of sugar makes the beer go down.
Yeah,
it's
it's
really
not good. It's probably like 7,000 calories on top of it.
Great. It's just what I need.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
so,
it's the house. Bree just said, I'm sorry, I just looked over at the other screen. It's the Prince Frederick house. That house was now the pirate house.
I don't know. I
The
just
ones that
saw.
stole our gate idea like the dicks they are.
Oh,
That house.
I saw it in my feed around dinner time.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
And I thought it was really
As long as they're
cool.
going nuts. That is cool.
I mean, dude, there's a guy around the corner from here who's been doing it longer than you and I. His
Mhm.
name is, I think it's Mark. He has a picture of a white car on his for his profile picture,
Oh, okay.
and he goes to Halloween Horror Nights every year, and he has like for years like 30 animatronics on his front lawn.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of houses like
I think he's back up there in behind near the covered bridge or something.
okay. I have to go down there and look. I know that we have to get a night to drive around and look and just, putz around. Like we'll walk around here because if you go up this way and that way actually, and I'm not going to describe because it's not going to matter to anybody else but you and I. But
Yeah,
if you go down this way and go up to, oh God, I forget what it is.
George.
No. Like you cross Cayley
Oh, okay.
and go Regimental. There's a bunch of houses
See,
up there do like a spider thing.
I have never. I ventured off this street when David was little.
Mm-hmm.
I took him around for Halloween, and
You afraid of all like the gangs?
I think Christine manned whatever I used to do here back then. It was similar, but don't think I was doing the PA in the old days. I just had the fog machine.
Had your Mr. Microphone.
I didn't have anything. I don't think I had any of that stuff hooked up.
Mm.
I just think I had music playing and a fog machine, and I'd open the door and be mean.
Yeah.
Or scary. That all evolved after I got some PA speakers. I guess that was in about 2004. I got some small PA speakers that I started putting outside. It all kind of came together gradually. But
I know the year before or 2 years before we lived here, you were doing it.
yeah. So I don't know what year you moved here.
2011?
Oh yeah, this goes back. I started this nonsense in probably 2004.
Okay.
But the first year I lived here, 2002, I had some stuff. I had the stuff I normally did. I would play music and I had skulls and whatnot. But, we were still taking David around to get trick-or-treating and stuff like that.
Yeah, we made the mistake of doing that the first year. Went around, we put a big bucket out, and the asshole's kid across the street came over and dumped it into his sack and left. So within 5 minutes, it was all gone.
But there was one house back on the Sweetbriar Circle. They had like a maze. They had a whole thing
Yeah.
in their driveway. They're moving now. I think their house was.
There's a bunch of times I thought about
Yes.
doing something like that.
Their house was for sale over the summer. We were going to go look at it for the fun of it because they had more rooms in it, and we need somewhere to put Mom.
There you go. Yeah.
But I
Just
don't
buy a house
I
and
don't
shove her
wanna-
in the wall.
Well,
did you ever
you know,
read
it's
the cask
funny,
of Amontillado?
when David left his apartment, the first thing when he made the announcement, Nancy was like, "I want the apartment. Like we'll rent it. Put Mom in there."
Yeah.
And it was already rented.
Wow.
There's already somebody in there apparently. So
Well, you could get a place over like a
That'd be
studio
perfect.
at Kingswood.
no,
That place is a nightmare.
I don't. No, we're not.
They have really cheap storage bins near Kingswood.
That would be more appropriate.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, how often does she need a toilet or shower?
a lot.
Oh, that's
There's
not
a
going to
lot
work
of
then.
the doors constantly.
You may have to go to like
I think that bathroom doors had more opening and closings in the last 5 years than its whole life.
Yeah, I when I was a kid,
I don't know what that is. What is it?
my dad used to get up early in the morning, and I'd hear him go out, and he'd come home and slam the door, and it was like when Fred Flintstone came home.
Yeah.
Like the door would slam, the whole house would shake,
Mhm.
and I'm just like, oh God.
That would be me.
He's home. Now, my kid does that to me. Like, she comes in, the door slams, coming out, going in. I'm like,
Yeah, buddy.
Ugh.
Yeah, we mom goes to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and sometimes she does the door handle quietly, but a lot of times it's just clunk, and all the lights come on.
Well,
And we sleep with our door open.
Caitlin uses the bathroom with no lights on and the door wide open, even to shower. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know, but
I'm not commenting on that.
I don't even go up. I just try not to go upstairs.
But at 1:30 in the morning when I'm sleeping and all the lights in the hallway come on, I'm like, yo, what's up?
Well, it's like I told you, like I was really, really tired. Yesterday morning, but I got it. I can't even remember now if it was like we got up early because she stormed out of the house and we heard, but whatever happened last night, I
forgot to mention Empire Diaries also played this past week. Sorry.
Nice. I was like half asleep and I'm like almost done work and I'm like nodding off. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do something I never do. I'm gonna go take a nap. I went in the bedroom. Well, the lights were out. Laid down, started to doze off.
Bang, bang.
Bang. Lights are, I'm like, what the hell?
What is that?
Never mind. I'm up. So I don't know. Can't get her. I just can't get her to fit. I think it's because she sleeps like I could put a grenade up her ass when she's sleeping, which I would never do because that's really weird. But I don't think it would wake her up. I honestly don't think it would wake her up. She sleeps like the dead.
I wish I could sleep like that. I'm a hairpin trigger guy with sleeping. So,
she's texting me. Why are you talking about me? No, she's got her show tonight.
Yeah,
she's a good person. She doesn't have her podcast radio show thing scheduled at the exact same time as us because that would be a dick move. So she does it afterwards.
I don't know. There's probably lots of podcasts on at the same time.
Yeah, but usually it's not anybody you know. Somebody you know does it. That's a huge dick move.
I don't think I know anybody.
We follow you around the dial.
The whole point of a podcast is that it is something that you can download and listen to later. So I don't give anything really any credence when it comes to that. So, although
I don't give a rat's ass. If I had a rat's ass, I would.
I mean, I do simulcast it on Facebook because it's convenient so that my friend Vinny can actually see us. And then we have Ted. Yeah. And then there's somebody else that's a
few people
viewing
there.
Or 2 or 7, or I don't know what's going on, but whatever.
I didn't bring my hat, and probably the ear muffs are Princess Land, my head bigger, but whatever.
Okay.
I got my hair cut today, so
all right. Everybody lay off Jimmy's morning.
I had to get my hair cut, so I didn't look like a freak.
After that,
I went over to my dad's house the other day, and my aunt Tootie is there.
Seriously?
Yeah, she's about 4 feet tall, and she's got this giant, actually, it's smaller than when she was younger.
Explain the name Tootie.
Well, her name's Catherine. She actually, I think for the second time in my entire life, I heard her call herself Catherine the other day.
Well, what's this Tootie?
That's just what everybody calls her, Tootie.
Why?
I don't know. I never asked. That's just her nickname. I don't want to know why. But it's probably something graphic and disgusting.
No, I wouldn't think that in general public you would have a nickname that's graphic and disgusting.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, that's just not
This
proper.
is the same person. Let me tell you a story about her.
Oh, boy.
All right.
There's always a story with your family.
So we're sitting with
Aunt Tootie?
Yeah, I'm sitting next to Aunt Tootie.
Yeah. Did this happen?
This actually happened the other day. This happened oh shit, I don't even remember what last weekend, maybe Sunday, Saturday, I don't know. I was over the house. She's sitting next to me on the couch. And of course, Fox News is playing because it's the only channel my dad's house can get on cable. And, I'm just sitting there trying to get, survive this encounter and get the hell out,
Mm-hmm.
So she's looking over and they're talking about the immigrant crisis. And she starts flipping out. I can't believe they're doing. Look at those people.
Well, Bill Clinton actually spoke to that.
Well,
I said that there's an issue that needs to be resolved.
And I said, this isn't new. This has been going on forever. She goes, oh, shut up. You don't know anything. Blah, 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 blah. And then she's like going on about it.
Why did she dismiss you and your views?
Because I was saying, don't listen to Fox News. You're smarter than that. And, because she could stand
Well,
up
they
and
do
walk without
occasionally.
dragging her knuckles.
They do put news on.
No,
There's a lot of
occasionally.
editorial.
But it was one of those things where they have people talking about this new immigrant crisis. I'm like, it does this. It's always done this. It's always been this way.
Well, it's
back in the beginning of the century, it was those stinking Irish people, and then there's horrible Germans, and then there's horrible Italians. It just goes round and around. But this thing with the southern border has been going on. So I'm trying to explain.
Very
this
true.
But
if you go back and read the New York jazz papers of the early 20th century,
I'm not going to do that.
You will see this in the papers.
Yeah,
I studied history of media.
I saw Gangs of New York.
Well, it was very similar to that. I don't know if it was that dramatic.
I married into an Irish family,
but it really was.
Yeah, it was exactly the same.
There was a lot of hatred.
Yeah. So they were showing video of this people sitting around. They're all sitting on the ground, and she goes, "Look at them, just sitting on the ground.
What are they supposed to do?
Oh, they could be spreading disease." So at this point, I'm like, all right, I've got to say something. So I said, maybe you think we should make some.
Is this why her name's Tootie?
No.
Oh,
I said,
I just want to know why she was Tootie. I didn't really.
I said, and I was very careful how I said this. I said, you think we should make some camps and maybe concentrate them all there?
Oh my God.
And have them
That's a great
have
idea.
them all just go into these camps. And then if they get out of line, we just kill them and bulldoze them into pits.
She liked that.
She's like, yeah. And I'm like, you are a dumb Polak. You know that?
I thought she was Irish.
She's Polish. She's my mom's sister.
Oh.
But it's like, you should know better than
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
No.
I tried to be obvious.
Jesus Christ had nothing to do with that.
So anyhow, and then it just got worse from there. She started, just yelling at me, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna go in the other room. But
well, you fucked with her sense of the world.
Yeah. She was like, I like this, and this. I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense.
But she make a person question.
She won't question. She won't question. No matter what she goes, I don't care what you say. I like X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm. So,
okay.
Is she vaccinated?
Probably. I just like, I just leaned over. I was like, you don't vote, do you? And she didn't answer me. I don't know if she heard me or not. At that point, I just gave up.
Aunt Tootie.
Tootie.
I had a Tati. My grandmother was.
Well, we always call her Chuchi Tootie.
Wait, she's Touchy Tootie?
Chuchi.
Oh, Chuchi.
And then we call her Aunt Chuch, which makes no sense because Chuchi is Polish for aunt.
You think Chooch?
I don't know. Maybe they're probably pronouncing it wrong. My mom used to always make stuffed cabbage she called them golumpkies, and other people call them galumpkies.
Yeah, that's what I know them as.
And I'm thinking galumpkies is really hard to pronounce. It's probably closer to the real word.
Yeah,
but yeah, people in my family.
This is gonna be the highest rated show we're ever.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. But I went over there and good old Tootie was making those things, and she goes, "Do you want some?" I'm like, "No."
You're like, I saw you not wash your hands.
No, I won't eat those nasty fucking things. They smell like farts. Everybody else in the world. So it's a cabbage? It's cabbage and meat. I mean, it's like rice.
See, now, my family, we had that. But my mother's family was Polish.
Yeah, that's what they are.
So
yeah, but everything that my mom makes smells like farts. Most of the stuff.
I don't know. I guess
whenever she makes
I never dedeveloped a taste for any of that stuff. But maybe that's because I'm adopted. I don't know.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's the thing.
I don't know.
I forgot.
But I always liked Italian food for some reason.
I found out something else about that.
But I also like Chinese food, and I'm not part Chinese.
Now that I was eating Chinese food once at work, and someone looked at me. I was eating chopsticks, and the two women were looking like, "What nationality are you?" I'm like,
Korean.
I was gonna say Chinese, but
Korean.
But no. I was talking to who the hell was I talking to? My sister, who told me a fun story about why my mother and my grandmother on my dad's side never got along.
Okay.
It's because my grandmother didn't like me because I wasn't his biological son.
So you're.
I never knew that until last weekend.
But I think you alluded that you thought that might be the situation.
No, I never knew that she thought that. I always thought her
wait.
and my mom were at odds.
Who was this? Not your father. Who was saying?
My grandmother, his mom.
Huh.
Well, my mother used to say it all the time when she was mad, but that's fine. But I didn't know that that's what the rift between my mom
I can
and
tell you that was never brought up in a derogatory light in my childhood in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, dude, it's fun. It's like soul crushing and makes you feel worthless all at the same time.
Is I, on the other hand, was the hateful one, and I used to say things like, "I want my real mother."
See, I never did that.
Being punished.
Yeah. No, I never, ever did that.
I remember saying that. I don't know if I really understood what I was saying, but I remember as a little boy saying those words, and then as I got older, I was like, "Ooh, that's not right."
God, I'm kind of a dick.
Yeah. So I was the evil. I was the evil person in the world.
I never ever thought. I never felt.
And meanwhile, they were
like
probably
that.
justly punishing me for smashing a lamp to pieces or something. You know.
I used to take I had, the little plastic army men.
Yeah.
I had a little plastic spaceman because I was like, I wanted to be a pilot. I was kind of a nerd.
Okay.
And I used to put them on light bulbs like they were landing on the sun.
And they would melt.
They would burn.
I hid my sister's socks from her when we were little, and I put them on top of the lamp. And they were on the light bulb. And after a while, they started to catch on fire.
And I imagine that smelled funky.
Yeah.
No offense.
No. There wasn't like she was a little child then.
No, you're still stinky. That's why I can never be a pedophile. Kids
I think
are gross.
they were clean socks. But anyway,
I still
was hiding them from her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, who's older, her or you?
I am older.
Oh, you're lucky.
I was born in 1967. She was born in 1970, I believe. September 14th. Many years ago.
Yeah, so
we're old.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But mine were both older, both twins.
And everybody I grew up liking and they're all dying now.
Why do they say both twins? That's kind of redundant.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Explain.
I just said it. Both my sisters are twins.
Are they twins?
Yeah.
They're truly twins.
Truly twins. They look nothing alike. And my mom said they were
fraternal twins.
Well, my mom said they were identical. I'm like, they don't look alike.
That would be maternal.
She's obviously the evil one. She's not. One's blonde, one's brunette. One looks like my mom. One looks like my dad in a dress. I'm like, but she just kept saying no, they're identical. You're talking about mirror twins.
All of a sudden, I'm picturing Uncle Milty.
My dad's sister and my dad's sister and my sister Karen look like him in drag. Bless you. It's terrifying.
Well, I sneeze, so it must be true.
I'll bring you pictures.
That's not right. I hope they don't know about this show.
I don't know if I don't care. I tell them about the stuff I say. They know I don't give a crap, and I'm not being mean. I mean, I could be mean. I'm not being mean.
See, here's stuff from a jazz paper in the early 19 teens. See what it says?
Chicago race riots.
Yeah.
Well, but it's a black guy yelling at a white guy and a white guy yelling at a black guy. That's like cut and dried.
But there was all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
I mean, there was.
Well, it's happening again now, unfortunately.
Yeah, everybody hates everybody now. People don't even like each other. Like, oh, what, you went out and got your degree? What, are you smart? Maybe, I don't know.
I just
probably not. I spent
degree.
like $100,000 to get that piece of vellum. Oh, I'm sorry. Just say paper. Paper.
I don't even know what my degree cost. We were poor. I got
mine didn't cost that much.
All kinds of stuff and grants.
I think mine cost about $25,000.
All I know is when I got out of college, I owed about $10,000 or $15,000. I think.
I didn't because I was not my
student loans.
I had my guidance counselor was going crazy like junior senior year because I was going to go into a military academy. I was going to go to Annapolis. I had an appointment to go to Annapolis, Jim. And I turned that down. And then he's like, "Well, we could make money off you. Come on." But then he's like, "Well, how about grant money or scholarships? You have to fill out the forms." My father wouldn't do it. I said, "I'll make you a deal." And you remember back then they were like that, like about 4 inches thick.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's worse than buying a car.
It's not that bad now, but it's still a pain in the ass, but it's all online. But I said, Dad, I'll fill them out and all you have to do is sign them. Nope. Won't do it. Nope. Wouldn't do it. I'm like, and now that, and this isn't a political thing, but now Donald Trump's on trial, I see kind of why my dad didn't want to do that. But he wouldn't sign for it. He wouldn't do anything for it. He goes, you got to pay that back. I'm like, not grants and scholarships. You don't. I'm not taking out a loan, man. Come on. I could get this. So he wouldn't do it. So he's like, well, I'll foot the bill. I'm like, all right, well, hell, you won't let me do anything to pay for it. The only caveat was everything else was on mine. I had to pay for like parking and books and stuff like that. So when the books got out of hand, I just got a job at the university.
You know,
so
that was
cheaper.
funny. Like the books.
Yeah. Oh, they're crazy now.
Yeah, it was nuts then. And if you got in there too late, you try. I always tried to buy a used book.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, I don't need a new book. I'm going to only use it for one semester.
90% of the shit that classes I took, the asshole teachers were part-timers, and they didn't get the book that was already out there. They got a new one. So I mostly had to get new ones. But
I had one class. They didn't have the book.
Mm-hmm.
So the teacher was like, well, maybe you could buddy up with somebody. And I'm like, I don't live on campus. I drove into Temple University.
I have typhus and I don't want to.
It was bad. It was a mess what I went through there.
Yeah. Remember back in the day when even in high school, hey, you need to go read, you need to read Catcher in the Rye. You had to run to your local bookstore and buy one of the 2 copies.
Oh, no,
have.
they didn't do that in Philly. Well, maybe they did, but they didn't do it. My school, they gave you the reading document that you need. So we would get the book, and yeah, but the all of our books were from like 1954.
Well, yeah, well, so we're. I mean, I'm reading The Great Gatsby. That's not new
stuff on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember we had the only book trade we could do was
Ted had the right idea.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Yeah, he used old textbooks that you could get. But I mean, even if I remember when I was trying to get The Great Gatsby, ran over to Gene's Books, which was at the mall, was like the biggest, greatest bookstore
best
ever.
Bookstore ever.
I love that guy.
The second best bookstore was in Northeast Philly. Oh my God, I can't remember the name of it. I wish somebody was listening from Northeast Philly. Oh God. But anyway, I got some of my best Kiss books there because that's what makes a great bookstore. But I used to travel to Gene's when I lived in Roxborough to get guitar collecting books. Like a lot of the books that are
they had
up there,
tons of shit.
They're all from there. I was so upset when that place closed.
It was a big store at the mall, and they had a lot of stuff.
It felt like a little store.
But it was big. I mean, it was.
It felt like it's just I don't know how much.
It was like a mom and pop store.
Yeah, it felt.
It wasn't a chain. It wasn't like Barnes and Noble.
And now it's like under 21 or whatever, some clothing store for girls.
Oh yeah, but Gene, he went and he retired. So I was like, you know what, I can't. I was bummed, but the guy deserves it. But I remember going over for The Great Gatsby, and I went up to the thing, and the guy's like, yeah, they're all gone. It's like, and that's the problem because 8 schools in the area assign it, and everybody runs over to the 2 bookstores in town.
Now you just rent the movie.
No, God no. But I was sitting there bitching in class about it, and my teacher walks over and grabs a copy of the book and just throws it in my face.
Thank you.
It's like, I want that back. Don't fuck it up.
So I got this. Not that anybody on the listening end could get it. I didn't care for the book backdrop that I showed you.
Oh yeah.
I got this 8 feet by 10 feet.
Well, that's nice. I like that.
And that is probably going to end up being.
So now how's this going to work? It's going to go in the back of the garage, and then you're going to set the bar up in there.
Yeah.
Now you're actually going to have liquor?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Only for special children.
Okay. Well, I'm special.
Yeah. But
that's what the teachers told me.
This may end up being what's behind us.
I like that. That's
here.
Neat. Yeah. Oh, that's even really cool. Yeah. Well, wait, I don't know.
I'm going to just
put it over it.
I don't know how I'm going to. I might have to get a truss.
Oh God, you having that problem too?
Yes.
Damn, Mal.
Because it does kind of. Other than the pumpkins, it's what we're all about.
I don't care about the pumpkins. That's all. That we're all about that too.
I love these.
Yeah, that's neat.
I spent the better part of Saturday rewiring my cube thing out there. I got electric lights for it. And
so I saw somebody looking for your alien online. They were looking for one of those.
Yeah, they're collectible now.
Yeah, this guy, and I was like, I'm not saying shit. I'm not helping anybody.
There's a couple things. Well, the bartender that we bought, that was nowhere to be found for the longest time. So I'm going to be the bar back during Halloween.
Gotcha.
He's going to be the bartender.
Oh, is he going to hand you drinks, or you're doing his bidding?
I'm doing his bidding.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I have to figure out what I'm doing for makeup because I need to be able to drink because I'm the drinking bartender.
Use a straw.
Yeah, but then I have to cut a hole. If I do my mask from
you're going to
year,
do that? Yeah, that's right. You had a problem with that last time.
It was a pain in the neck, and then I was spilling it all over the place.
What you should do, I think, is you need to carry an IV stand and have it like taped to your face on the inside of the mask.
I almost bought this.
Ooh, kiss boots.
Because it's not cheap, but it's cheaper than it's ever been before. So those boots, which you can put the shells over, and then
big ass jean boot. My God, man.
Yeah, they're the real deal.
It's gonna be worse than me walking on those cans.
And then they have this costume.
Oh, you should just do it. You get years of wear out of it.
So I don't need the 2X though. It's a little cheaper for the other size. But yeah, so I've been. My wife's like, but that's not going to work with the whole bartending thing.
Why not?
I don't know. Gene's anti-drinker. You imagine.
Yeah, people aren't going to read into it.
Teetotaler pouring drinks. Anyway, but the idea for me is that at least I can convert these into the dragon boots.
Yeah, destroy. Like do the whole armor boot thing.
Because the entire dragon costume is like $4,000 now or something. It's crazy.
Well, the funny thing is, this is the coat I'm wearing. You see where it is? Like that coat. If I can get a picture of it, that's what that I'm wearing for my costume.
Okay,
I got one of these.
There was one at the Plymouth meeting. No, King of Prussia Spirit.
Really? One of
these? Steampunk style jacket like that. We were looking at.
I almost got one of those for a wedding. Yeah.
I tried it on. It looked pretty
They're
good.
Cool. Yeah. So this thing, I have one of these, like a trench coat. It's like a duster, like an Australian duster.
You can wear that all the time.
It's made of actual suede. It's a real no shit jacket. I got it for $50.
Good for you.
So that thing is going to become my actual jacket afterward. I'm buying like toggles for the front because it doesn't have anything to close it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to get toggles for it and sew that on afterwards. But yeah, that's the jacket I'm going to be wearing.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I and that's the thing about like
maybe I'll do Gene next year.
About this kind of shit. You got to look for it all year long. Like the UV lights we bought. They were like
mine died, right?
Oh, we bought a shit ton of them
because really big one that I bought.
Yeah, as soon as we got them cheap, we found them cheap. I just dropped the hammer. I want them. I need to have them.
I'm so pissed off about that.
So, but yeah, we got to work on lighting in the next couple of weeks, and then the fence goes up after a little while because I don't want to have to mow the lawn around it. I already warned the mailman.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely do that. How much is that?
$350.
Oh, you should know. Well, you know what? Start saving now. Put a couple of bucks away every week.
I have gig money put away that I could.
You can just do it. You could wear it like every year till the end of time.
I know, but then it's just like, see, it doesn't look that good.
You can fix it.
There's somebody wearing it. It's like
he looks like an ape.
It's a mess. I don't know. I don't think that's as good as. Yeah,
it's probably not great. I mean, I guess they don't have it now.
That kind of money. It says it's leather, but
you can always get it.
Oh, it says faux leather.
It's pleather.
Vegan leather.
Yeah, it's never going to be leather.
So,
I can always get it. As long as they have a return policy, if you get it and it's shitty, just chuck it back.
I hate returning stuff.
Well, yeah, do it.
Here's a guy wearing. Let's see what this guy looks like. He's wearing it.
That works.
That doesn't look too bad.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
You going to carry the base?
I was actually thinking about buying that vase.
That one?
From China. The real one of that is about $3,000.
Yeah. That's a little.
It's made by BC Rich. It's
Chinese version's made out of balsa wood and Kleenex.
It's called the Punisher. So when he came out with the axe, mid 90s, the secondary axe, the original axe was from the early 80s, but he did two axes, two bases. He did the Punisher and he did the axe, and they're both made by BC Rich under the Gene Simmons name. And but these are like $350 from China. They have a funny formaldehyde smell from what I've read online.
So my Starcaster did too.
That makes me a little worried at times.
What the hell? What do you? They probably made it with orphans.
That's my favorite.
Not by orphans,
base shape, because
from orphans.
That is that body shape is derived from in the 1970s. And I'm getting a little geeky here. Gene Simmons played a Spectre bass before Spectre became a big company, and it looked very similar to that. It didn't have the bottom horn on it, so I'll show you the Gene Simmons. He was the only person that I ever saw use this bass. It's pretty cool looking. Of course, all the wrong things come up. There's a new bass that they're actually selling from Gibson right now for $7,000.
Oh yeah, I'll take 3.
So that's one of them. There were 2 of them. This is the Spectre bass that he played on stage in the 1970s. And so what he did was he put just a little tail on it and shortened this up so that it's asymmetrical. When I was a kid, that's the bass that, like, I'd be like, I want that.
May I lick that, please?
I don't play bass, but if I were to play bass, that's the bass I want to play bass with. But yeah, so and then last week Gibson came out with their new Gene Simmons bass.
Now, if you do this, are you going to like vomit blood all over yourself at some point?
Well, I did it a couple of years ago, and I didn't do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Remember, I had the axe bass, and I was out there, and then I was playing guitar too.
I just think you should wait for the kids to come around later on and just vomit and puke all over them.
Whoops. I don't necessarily think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't.
High school kids shouldn't be there anyway.
Maybe after I get back from a certain establishment. That was a long walk home the other night.
What? Where? From down there?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That hill's a bitch when you've been down there
especially
for a
when
while.
you're alone.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
Somebody to talk to.
Yeah, sorry. But, I'm still
I did see Brian Quinn, though.
I got to remember.
He just got home from, he was on tour for 5 months with his band and Candlebox. And, they're supposedly retiring. Not him, but the band is retiring at the end of the year or something. I don't know.
That sucks. Well, at least he'll be around here more then.
Well, I don't think that's a good thing. He, this is how he makes his living. So it was kind of a shame. Did you ever see this picture, Jim? Very interesting picture.
It's just a bunch of
it went away. I'll bring it back.
It's a bunch of clip art.
Hold on. Oh my, nothing works.
Yeah.
My computer got stuck. And now it's doing strange things. It's time for a new computer, Paulie. It's time for a new computer.
Ugh.
It's totally stuck. Now I'm frozen.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. When's the Halloween deal at Screwballs?
I don't think we're doing it this year.
No, you guys are there on the 20th.
Yeah.
When the hell is
last
there?
year we did Halloween at the Yin Yang.
Damn it.
Oh, my computer's completely frozen. I hope everything's working well.
Well, we're good still over here.
Oh boy.
Let me see. September, November. Oh, good. They don't have
even
October.
The task manager's not coming up.
Why would they have October? Why? I mean, seriously, why would they even bother? Oh, God damn it. I just wondered, still trying to figure out. I don't remember what day it is. I know we were talking about going down. Bree and I were talking about going down.
No, don't do that. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh my.
Signing out?
Why is it signing out?
What the frig? guess that's just going to take you back to the logon.
And I can't drink this beer. This is disgusting. How did you finish that?
I just did it. I just thought about King and Country and drank it.
Now I feel completely disassociated.
Yeah.
Between the beer and my computer doing strange things. Maybe if I just hold the button down.
Well, Ted said he picked up a bass for the first time in 20 years at Guitar Center and was a Spectre bass.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
They're made in Czechoslovakia now.
Well, of course.
I think that's pretty interesting.
That's good. I mean, it gives them something to do over there.
There are USA models, but there are Czechoslovakian models, and they are very good. And the bass player from Judas Priest, Ian Hill, is an endorser of Spectre basses. Matt McKeon, who plays bass for Old School, among other bands, he and I took a trip to the middle of New Jersey to get one.
Oh, God.
From a famous bass player from some famous band.
It was hewn from pine.
I unfortunately don't remember the name of the band he was in, but he knew some famous people, and he's throwing names. That's what people do, Oh, blah, 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 blah. I know so.
I've heard them do that. Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. I'm very important. And you're just sitting there like, mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, he's friends with he's friends with Cheap Trick. Very good friends with Cheap Trick.
Okay.
And did some stuff with them.
They have a lot of friends.
And he's I'm sure the guy,
I was friends with Brian Quinn, but then not anymore. So I don't know what happened.
What did you do again?
I don't know. I bugged him during a break once. I felt bad.
Why were you asking him for cigarettes?
I wasn't.
Oh, I thought that would.
No. I was asking if he had any like black tar heroin.
Oh, I did that once.
He didn't appreciate that.
You like light it on fire, you blow it out, and you put a cup over the top of it. Isn't that what you do with it?
I don't know.
I think that's what you do with that shit. That was 11th grade. There was a lot of experimenting going on in the old days. Is that Gene?
Yep.
Oh my God. Restore. Maybe it'll all come
Oh
back.
my God. Look at all those tabs.
It's coming back. Yep.
Oh my God. Look at that.
And we're going to get an echo.
Nice. Listen
Everything's
listen
working.
to the keystrokes.
Clickety clack.
Yeah.
Just because I wanted to show you a picture of Gene Simmons talking to Gene. My work thing just came up. I got to get that out of here.
Yeah, all that. I used to get to a point where like I had to open certain windows at work slowly. Like, all right, I'm not ready to look at that yet.
Yeah. Yeah. No, seriously. I like that.
That's nice.
That's a good looking bass. I mean, if I was a bass player, and I'm not, I'd be like, that's attractive. I think I'd like to.
Well, it's like, does Matt have like a room like this in his house?
Matt McKeon?
Yeah.
No.
He's have like, how
Mark has a mini version of this.
Well, that I believe, yeah.
He's got like one wall with some guitars on it. It looks nice. And his wife did it for him. She did. It's beautiful. She did a great job.
What did she do? I've never seen this. I've been to his house.
It's downstairs when you come down the basement.
Yeah.
As soon as you come to the bottom of the steps, it's just guitars from there to the.
Must have been
shop.
after the last time I was there.
Yeah, they and then he's got like a shelving unit with all the guitar amp heads on it. It's kind of cool. I wish I could show you this picture. It was pretty cool. It was a picture of Gene Simmons with Spiro Papadopoulos, who is a Gene Simmons impersonator who actually worked for Kiss. And Spiro, during the era when Kiss didn't wear makeup, really looked a lot like Gene. And I'm gonna find another picture of it.
Gene does look Greek.
Yeah, I mean, it's that Middle Eastern kind of,
It's a hair.
Oh, okay.
What the hell is that?
Background stuff. I don't know what that is.
Jesus
every
Christ.
time I start my computer, it does that.
See, you should stop looking at porn, man. You gotta stop doing
I'm
that.
probably giving people all my information all the time. Okay, so there is Spiro and Gene side by side.
I'm thinking Gene's on the right.
Which right are you referring to?
Yours and my right.
Okay, yes, that is correct.
What the hell is that? What was that question for?
Well, I don't know. The screen, the right on the screen is over there as far as. But look how much that guy looked like him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
That's,
my God.
that's incredible, isn't it not?
Yeah.
Is it not? Isn't it not? Yeah, he was the single greatest visual impersonator of Gene Simmons there ever was, as far as I was concerned. Just stunning, 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 stunning.
Easy.
I love it. So they did an ad for bass strings, and they stood side by side. You know, Gene Simmons' Revenge era. There he is. If it works, and you know they're both holding the Punisher bass, and you know
that is creepy, man. The guy looks just really, really does look like him.
every aspect. The cheekbones,
Tongue's a little shorter,
yeah,
by about a centimeter or two.
but that, like, how do you? And then he ended up being, you know, somebody who worked for them.
No, he would, like, you know, when,
And that guy, Psycho Steve, worked for Gene Simmons at one point.
okay, yeah, I remember you telling me that once.
Yep. This is the year before my son was born. This was the year that Kiss decided they were going to make the comeback. And brought Ace and Peter back into the fray for salaries, and did the whole thing.
What the hell is this? Okay, sorry. I was getting distracted there.
That's okay.
That's all right. But yeah, I'm trying to remember what day they're doing their
You know, the Phillies are
Halloween
playing.
night.
That's the other thing that's going on right
What's
now.
that?
The Phillies are playing their playoff game right now.
Oh, so nobody gives a shit about this. Yeah.
No, not even remotely.
No.
Everybody's watching like my wife's waiting up there for me to get done so we can watch the game.
Oh man, shit.
Yeah.
The hell? The influence.
They're going to compete in the
It's not
MGK.
the influence, is it?
It says the influence.
Is it the influence or the influence? Damn it.
Well, it says the, it doesn't say the.
Okay, so it's not them. Okay.
But Nick Renzi posted that. I'm somebody I'm friends with.
I'm thinking of de-influence. Never mind. Wrong band.
Okay.
They were like,
So go Phillies, Red October, right? You know.
sure, why not? It's funny, man. It's like they're doing their thing. The Eagles are going crazy. Now, if the Flyers,
The Eagles are not going crazy. Let's be honest about the Eagles. I don't know how many of the games you've watched this season.
I'm part of one.
They've won 4 games, and they've barely won 4 games. They are not playing to the potential they have. They're
holding back.
No, they're making a lot of mistakes and errors, and it's not been the best football that I've seen. Now, if they get their act together by mid-season, then they should be fine. But quite honestly, it almost feels like we're losing this season.
Yeah,
That's the truth.
But that's a Philly thing, just like, stumble over the finish line and realize you're.
Yeah, that's not the way we want to win, though. We want to win.
Oh, I know. You want to dominate.
We want to dominate. Yeah,
but it just rarely happens because even if you do, like, if you're the better team, you'll get that Philly way of getting penalties out of nowhere.
Well, I'll be dipped.
Well,
oh, that's fucked up.
What is that? Ah, gotcha.
Used to book the band.
Right.
Looking mighty good. That's interesting. So I got a big show coming up this weekend. With Old School. We're playing like an obscure place, but it's obscure only to the people that I know.
Now it's going to be unobscure once you're there.
Maybe that's going to happen. So my son's band, Studweiser, my son has spent the better part of his early 20s, over 21, hanging out at a place called the Depot Bar in Bridgeport, Pennsylvania. And that place has become, it was bought out by a guy named Ryan. I won't get too much detail about it, but Ryan bought this place and he's trying to change the whole thing. But meanwhile, my son's, it's his bar. Like I had Nick's roast beef on Cotman growing up. That was my bar. That's where I went all the time. My son hangs out with his friends at the Depot. And, his latest band did a song about the Depot. Because
a video about the
Depot. They did a video and it's got some traction going on. And when they played there, they sold out the place to the point that they they had people waiting outside to get in that could not get in. There was a line around the block.
Like
No
Studio
joke.
54, but in Bridgeport.
But in Bridgeport,
Yeah.
The cops were like, what's happening there? So he's my son and the owner, Ryan, have become fast friends and business partners in some other ventures and stuff like that. And Ryan had some interest in old school playing there. And out of respect to my son and Ryan, I agreed for us to do a show and see how it goes. And, it's a tiny place. I mean, the band's going to have to set up in a room about this size, if not smaller, the whole entire thing, the V-shaped setup, as I like to call it. And that's happening this Saturday at the Depot in Bridgeport, Pennsylvania. And it's an early show. It's a 7:00 to 11:00 show, which works out because I have to pick my mom up at the airport the next day because my son's getting married next week.
Good God, there's so much going on.
So I have a rehearsal dinner on the 12th, and on the 13th, Friday the 13th, my son's getting married at the ripe old age of 25 years old to Abby Volpe of Susie Joe's fame.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah. Abby is the granddaughter of the owners of Susie Joe's, and she, to this day, even though she has a full-time job as a dental hygienist, she works at Susie Joe's Donuts whenever she can, and it's usually more than once a week to help out. And her grandparents live in the Twins around the corner here near the pizza place.
Okay.
Famous George's.
Oh, I thought they were down by the other side of the park.
Nope, they are right here.
Oh,
the owners of Susie Joe's.
Son of a bitch.
And Abby's father runs Susie Joe's.
Very nice.
So here's the funny thing. So when my kid was little, I was an account rep to a big manufacturer in King of Prussia. And I would go in there, every day, but once a week, I would bring them treats.
Yeah.
Well, my son was little. I would get those treats at Susie Joe's.
Excuse me.
So I would drive down to Susie Joe's, and he and I would, we'd get the donuts for the clients, and then he and I would get our own donuts together, and we'd have a moment in the car and laugh and joke, and and then I'd send him off to school after he got his Susie Joe donut. And it was, something that he looked forward to. It was usually on every Thursday. And lo and behold, here he goes. He's marrying into the family. And that's why he has a pink van.
Ah, I had no idea. That's
Abby's grandfather gave him one of the retired vans
gotcha
for his flooring business. Isn't that interesting? I mean, that's why my son drives a pink van. People were like, why is he driving a pink van? That's why.
because he can, because it doesn't bother him.
It doesn't bother him. He doesn't care.
I was first time I saw it, I thought maybe like you had Barbie at the house or something like that.
No, Barbie. Oh, no.
Then I realized it was like his band. I'm like, oh, it's the band Dream Van. What's happening? It's not working anymore.
It used to work.
Yeah, it doesn't work anymore.
What do you suppose that is? Maybe if I change channels? Let's try that.
I don't know.
I'll change
I'll
channel.
probably just break everything.
Try this one. It used to work.
It used to be a lot creepier than that.
Yeah. This still has the same kick.
Yeah, it's still shitty. Yeah. I inherited a laptop that had something like that in it. Oh, that's killing me.
You love it.
I don't like it.
It's your favorite song ever.
It's too much bass.
It's a lot of bass.
Yeah, it's like that's like the kids that drive around our street do that
In their fart cars?
Yeah, the piece of shit ghetto cruisers they drive around.
Yeah.
It's like your car's a piece of shit. Your music tastes shit. Okay.
How about this one?
Yeah, I hate
What
that.
does that mean?
Nothing.
How about this one?
Here, I'll play a soundbite for you. This is what my daughter wanted to put as her quote in
Do it.
in high school, but she knew she wouldn't get away with it.
What a heavy load Einstein might have had. Fucking morons everywhere.
David Lynch. Now it still sounds the same. It sounds like
Why
it's
is the stereo not working? Why do you suppose?
I don't know.
Something's changed.
What'd you
We
do?
used to have stereo music on this show.
It still is, I think.
No. Well, let's try that again. Let's see. Oh,
Play Crazy by Trust. That'll tell you.
we have no right channel.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, hell. Hey, Frank's here.
We only have the left channel.
What the
Frank
hell?
Stevens, howdy.
Kind of nightmare.
So
Frickin-
I'm guessing that there's something wrong with that connector.
Mm,
Like all things.
It's a mono connector, maybe?
It's the non-connector.
No, I don't know. Oh, man, that stuff is still coming back on me.
Yeah. There's more beer out there.
You want one? You want something else?
Yeah. Do me a favor while you're
Get
getting
rid
up.
of that. and-
Dump it down the sink and
Yeah.
say goodbye to it.
All right.
Maybe I'll make a drink out of that.
It was horrifying.
Yeah, it's not good. Well, it happens, so anyway, it's we've digressed as far as we can tonight, and it's not the most exciting show because we know the Phillies are playing, and I'd really like to be watching the Phillies myself, and I forgot to put it on a small screen here so I could see more of it, but there's so much going on, and oh, excuse me, and that's just the way it is, so Frank, what is new with you? It's going to be a little delay for you to type something, but I was telling Jim earlier about potentially having next year at the Rust Fest and doing this live. Why anybody would want that? Listen, I get it. No, I don't. But we would be into doing that, and so that might be fun, and we'll see how that goes. Oh, okay. How about this one? What do you guys think of this one? That's an old soundbite that never loses its sting, But anyway, Frank's sipping Southern Comfort, Jim. I don't think Jim can hear me. Well, that's something. What is the occasion? It must be a good occasion if you're sipping Southern Comfort on a Tuesday night. So we sip alcohol during the show because I guess it's part of the show, but it's really just an excuse to drink in the middle of the week if you think about it. But yeah,
choose.
I'll take the perpetual.
Okay.
Yeah, that was easy.
There you go.
Oh, easy. What happened? Did you sit on something?
No, I forgot to shut
Oh.
the door.
I thought
No,
a unicorn jumped in between your legs.
No, that's fine. I don't mind that.
Oh my!
I'm open to anything. Well, not that really, but wait, season finale of Ahsoka.
Yeah, it's
what?
tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
God damn it!
One's on.
It's over already.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that tonight. How am I gonna watch that?
One's on.
Jeez, what's going on?
I don't know.
We just got to take it over. I want to watch that tonight, though. So hopefully the Phillies end before 10.
Well, I think the pitch clock now kind of does that.
It does speed it up.
Yeah, it does a lot.
Yeah, it was funny because the early part of the season, I was watching some Phillies games, and they weren't really adapting well to the change.
That's
I mean,
a weird
it's
thing.
an adjustment.
Yeah.
And if you're like one of those guys who walks up, you're adjusting your straps and your gloves every 2 seconds, and then you have to do the kick the dirt and move your ass a certain way every 2 seconds. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's guys that got these rituals.
It's not even that. It's just like when I remember when the NHL had the lockout in, God, what was it, 2004 or whatever, whenever hell Crosby came on the year after.
That was a long time ago.
They made a huge amount of changes because they were tired of like people not like people, the games were like 2-1, 1-0, was
Yeah.
like soccer, and people,
Yeah, it was kind of boring.
people in North America, they want like 6 to 12 or something like that. So, and they said, well, we have this pussy named Sidney Crosby is going to come in, and he's a really fast skater and can stick handle. Why don't we just make a bunch of rules so that you can't touch him, and then he'll run the score up, and then other guys will start running the score. So it's one of the reasons that I can't stand him is just that style
basically
of play.
a car crash.
And so when we came back, because before the rules hit the
So it happened in your league,
the
as
NHL,
well?
they put it out to all USA hockey leagues.
How did Finkelstein react?
He wasn't there. He was gone by then. He was off just wearing the jersey at Bennigan's.
Yeah.
So
Remember,
I saw him wearing it. I'm like, you take that off, piece of shit. Should have set his ass on fire. But but like we had to go into a captain's meeting, and they were gave us the rule, like gave us a handout of all the new rules and stuff. And it was really hard to get used to it. And we when you get up to a certain level, it's a non-check league. Like we have to work in the morning, so you don't get hit as much, if at all.
But isn't there like a checking just by accident?
Oh, I had a guy that was an ex AHL player full on nail me into the boards because he forgot.
Oh,
and afterwards,
I felt great.
It actually isn't so bad because the boards give. It's not so bad if you see it coming.
So it's sort of like this.
Not at all like that, no. So I just remember the worst part of it was because the guy was like 3 times my size. So when he hit me, he
made that sound.
He did kind of because he thought he killed me. and he was like grabbing me. I'm like trying to get to the puck, and he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Get the fuck off!" I'm like, "I'm fine. I'll bleed later. Leave me alone." But it's hard, man. It's hard when you grow up.
So it's more like he hit you like this,
kinda, or maybe if you want to be weird about it, a little bit like that.
I like that sound effect.
But that actually has a name.
What's it called?
Brahm.
Brahm, man.
But yeah, Ted, man, everything changed. Like all the rules. It's hard when you grow up playing the rules a certain way. Like imagine if like, trying to think like, I can't even think of like a rule change that was just like crazy weird. Like, if all of a sudden like defensive linemen could move before the snap.
Oh, that'd be really interesting.
Yeah, it's like.
Because it's like no offsides.
Yeah, it's like if offsides wasn't called anymore, like weird. It's you have to get into a whole new thing. Like
yeah, and then there's gonna be the guy that forgets, and
because one of the rules was touch up icing in hockey. So you don't icing is if somebody chucks it over the line, over the center line, and it's going to go all the way to the end. They can't do a 2-line. You can't do a 2-line pass and nobody hits it. If it goes all the way over the blue line, it's icing. You got to stop it. Other team takes over in your end. Face off in your end. So it used to be.
I know none of this.
The guy on the defending team had to hustle. The defenseman had to hustle his ass back and get that thing before the offensive guy did, or it wasn't icing anymore. But now that it's just a touch up. You just go back and just touch it, even if you don't touch. Because what was happening is. The offensive guy was coming in at 1,000 miles an hour and would just drill the guy into the boards. So if he got it first, he'd get annihilated. And if he didn't get it first,
but I thought we want drilling.
You do. I do. I want it to be clutch and grab. I like that wrestling shit, but they stopped doing that. And it wasn't so much a big deal in our league, but it's like you find yourself not killing yourself to get back as fast because the guy's already back there. He's going to beat you to it anyway.
Frank said something to your.
Yeah, exactly.
Like arena football.
Arena football would be a nightmare if you played regular football because there's a whole lot of different rules. And it's like, yeah, if they make rule changes, like I could not, like I played baseball just with friends and stuff. I can't even imagine having a pitch clock, having that timer running while I'm out there. I'm not a professional baseball player. I didn't play in school. And it would drive me insane.
The neat thing is there's going to be a whole generation of kids growing up with that, and they are going to do things in a different. They're going to be even more on point
Yeah.
as a result.
Yeah. It's just, it's kind of sucky in a way, What the hell? Somebody get arrested?
Probably the guy across the street. Notice he hasn't gotten evicted.
Yeah. What's going on with that? He spoke to me the other day. I was so angry.
The mother came over and saved his ass once again. He's not getting evicted. He's not going anywhere. That guy's going to blow that house.
She
up.
was around a lot, and it was really annoying me.
It's going to be like this, man. That's what you're going to hear from over there.
Oh, I can't find it. Damn it. I was looking for something. But
and then you'll hear this. And then you'll hear this.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Oh my.
I'm so annoyed.
They've updated all these. There's a lot more stuff. A lot more.
Yeah. But he is
he's scary.
He was out the other day and was like cursing up a storm. I don't know what the hell it's about. Smoking his Philly blunts
well, he smokes a fake cigarette or cigar.
It smells like a cigar.
So I like, I'm like out in the back mowing the lawn. I'm like, what is that smell? And I walk out and I'm like, oh, the light's on. There it is. Here he goes. So, it's like, I'm like out there mowing at dusk. It's really, like the light comes on and the pacing starts and
it's every 20 minutes. I mean, at least.
And then the other one comes and the engine's running and they're dropping kids off and picking them up.
Well, have you noticed Crystal Light's walking around like trying to get everyone's attention every weekend?
Nobody wants that.
No, my God, please no. But she, I told you, I was out there mowing the lawn. And
she was out there mowing the lawn?
I was mowing the lawn and I said something like, I looked over and she's just like, doing her Penelope pit stop impression. And I said something to Bree and she's like, oh yeah, I've noticed her doing that before.
Ew.
Like, that's gross. I don't like that.
Ew. No offense if you're listening.
Yeah, sorry. No, they wouldn't know how to find a podcast.
I think he's pretty technically savvy.
Oh, please. He's just, I remember one day he's selling like his little figurines.
I know.
He had these kids show up, these like high school age kids show up in the car. And they acted like they were doing a fucking drug deal. Like they're getting out of the car, looking around, they see me sitting there drinking a beer on my stoop, and they're like, and then they get
who he's arguing with on the phone as teenagers.
I swear to God, they paid him in like Bitcoin. Sandwich bags. They had a double handful look like Ziploc bags. And I'm like, what the fuck? Is he like taking this in trade?
Would he make gun parts?
I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but they're walking around like, and I get it. They probably don't want to well, girls might see us going to buy orcs. Because every once in a while, he'll see me outside and he'll come over and I'm like, fuck. And I was like, hey, what's up? And he's like, listen, I'm trying to paint some dragon scales. Do you have any mauve spray paint? Get the fuck off my lawn.
That's the kind of stuff I get.
What the fuck is this about?
Then I'm going to be out there one day. I'm going to put this over my PA.
Oh my God. It's just like he came over the one time. He goes, can I borrow an axe?
No.
Why?
The little dog was barking out there. And I was playing dog barking sounds to
do you know what here's what I've been doing whenever the dog goes out. Let me see if I can hear this thing. So I don't know if it'll be able to be heard on the air, but I play this.
Oh yeah, I hear it. Does it do anything to the dog?
Well, it gets louder. The frequency goes higher and higher and higher and higher. Like I can feel this. I don't know if I can hear it, but it hurts.
And what does the dog do?
The dog starts to cry.
Does it really? Dude.
When I pump it through Caitlin's subwoofer.
Because this is what the dog sounds like. It's this.
Oh.
It's nonstop.
It's exactly, and it's the same thing every time, like over and over and over, and it's like, oh my God! And they bring it out like we have the fuck is that? We have noise ordinance that kicks in at 11 at night until 7 a.m. 7:01, those fuckers put that dog outside for like an hour while they shower.
And nobody ever said anything. We used to sit out back.
What do you mean?
We used to sit out there, the radio playing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's almost not really, really loud.
So if the band was playing down here.
Yeah, like, you're out here like screaming and stuff.
Oh,
That's why when you guys were at MDP, you ended at 10:30. Because 11 o'clock, you have to be shut down. So
that makes sense now.
But they bring them out and it's like they throw the dog outside and they go take a shower. And all the dog does is like, it just sits there like.
And barks.
It's like looking around like it's pissed off that there's air. Like it's just looking at like everything. Like
well, there's
like reality's pissing it off.
Some people's dogs bark at leaves falling out of the tree.
Yeah, but I mean, this dog's just like, the fuck is all this?
I don't know what to tell you.
Like,
man.
it's been pissed off since the Big Bang. It drives me crazy because even if I'm out front, I can hear it.
No, it's pretty bad.
And I want to say, and the funny thing is, I would just walk over and say, "Hey, man, listen, if your dog keeps barking, I'm going to fucking shoot him. Then I'm going to come after you." But
you can't do that.
Well, not only that, but I think the guy's pissed at me. I've told you, like, for whatever reason.
All the more reason you can't do that.
He's like, he just won't, like, be nice.
So what you could do, you could pace your yard and say, "You remember that time we went to Korea?"
I just sit outside. Like,
man, that was some good food. I could go for that, some fresh stuff right now.
I just sit outside when they're out, and I pretend like I'm telling Brie a story. Like, I never told anybody about that time I was in Afghanistan, and I peeled the skin off that guy and wore it like a tuxedo for 3 days. Yeah, and then that usually they go inside.
I did not know that.
Pay attention. But
that's Vinny doing that.
Yeah, see, Ted knows. Don't ask me if you can borrow an axe. But yeah, he's come over a couple times. I told you the one time he came over. He's like, "Do you have any flat white spray paint?" Yes.
I told you he came over and asked me. He's like, "Do you think I could borrow your driveway to change the brakes on my car?" And I'm like, "No,
only if you bring it back."
Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I mean, like, why? It's like they have that giant driveway and there's one car parked.
He told me my driveway was flatter than his. I said, "Yours is cement. And it's way flatter than mine."
Park it sideways. Park it in the street. I don't fucking care. I don't care if a bus runs over your legs.
You son of a bitch.
Christ.
I don't understand, man. There's a lot of things I don't understand.
I don't know, man. They're fun when they start yelling at each other or like get like, it's funny. Before I moved in this neighborhood, I didn't know what a 302 was.
Ah. Oh, I know what you mean.
I had no idea that was.
So everybody tells you about this story. We're like, you know where Mike lives.
Yeah.
Before Mike lived here, there were these brothers that lived there. And
brothers?
Brothers. No.
Oh, okay.
Brothers.
Okay. Gotcha.
Mom, dad, and 2 kids.
Ah.
And they lived in that house and they had like vehicles on the front lawn. And a gate that opened up and a boat or something sitting back there, all kinds of crazy shit. And they used to like work on motorcycles at 1 o'clock in the morning. Can you imagine? And the one guy got on a motorcycle apparently and went flying down the road here and met bumper of a parked car.
Nice.
And that pretty much apparently ended the entire.
Well, you remember a couple of years ago, since we moved in, a guy went under a van with a motorcycle. He was coming up from Screwballs.
That's not funny.
Under that, it kind of was. He was coming up Screwballs, that slight turn in our road.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I think a lot of guys get on motorcycles and don't realize you got to lean.
Yeah, Frank's laughing because he's like brothers, and I'm like,
well, I wanted to clarify, like, what the hell he's.
Frank doesn't even understand what's going. Our neighborhood is.
Well, he knows what I was doing.
Yeah, but our neighborhood does have brothers. To be honest with you, it's
yeah, welcome to America.
This is a very mixed neighborhood. Very mixed. There's
everywhere is
everybody.
Like that.
I don't know if everywhere is like that, but this neighborhood in particular is a very integrated,
a veritable melting pot.
It is.
It is. Yeah.
I mean,
I was talking to Sharon. I was like, "What language?"
There you go.
I was saying, like, what language did you speak originally? I'm thinking like Hindi or something. He's like
Farsi.
No, it was his village's language.
Oh, they had their own language.
They had their own language. I was like, oh, okay, I got
But he
no
probably had
frame
to
of
learn the
reference.
Queen's English.
He did, yeah. No, he speaks English better than I do. Native speakers all
And he
speak better
probably
English
has
than
a
we do.
little bit of a British accent.
No,
No?
maybe
Yeah.
a tinge. But I remember when I was in France. I think I told you, the girl I was dating that I went to visit. She was an au pair for a couple.
So let's take a. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The guy learned English in London, and his wife learned English in California. So when he spoke, like, oh yes, can you help me with this? I would have a little issue. I wanted to know if you could take a look at it. And I'm like, sure, man, no worries. And she's like, you totally don't look American. I was like, I can't deal with this.
So let's take apart the houses in our 6-house area.
Okay.
Okay. So you have you guys.
This just smacks of racial profiling. I'm not comfortable with this.
No,
okay.
But this is funny. Like you think about the diversity of our neighborhood. We have you.
Whatever the hell I am.
Your American mutt language. Mm-hmm. Your wife's Irish.
Yep.
Across from you is Chris.
Who's a Nigerian.
And he
next to him is that cunt from Cuntland.
Oh, I forgot about the witch.
Yeah. No, I'm the witch. She's the religious maniac. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Anyway.
Oh.
But yeah.
Then we've got Pugsley and company.
They're from Pluto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Dad's from Italy.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Then we've got Howard.
Yeah. Where the hell's Howard's from here, isn't he?
Well, I don't know where he's. Yeah, he's multi. I don't know if he's first generation or second.
He's the same mutt you and I are.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got Howard.
Yep.
Then you got Paul, brother, old Paul. Elder Paul.
Paul the Elder.
He's one of the originals from the neighborhood. You know, he's one of the GE employees.
Oh my God. Yeah. He comes up and he goes, well, you live in the old Gerstenmeyer house. I'm like, please stop. Just stop.
Yeah. Cause that's where the guy died. And then you got my house, which has been basically like a revolving door of people coming in and out.
It was a hippie commune for the East Coast branch of the family.
God. And then you got across from that, you got, there's like I don't know what they are, Filipino or
I don't know. I think they're Filipino, but
they're Buddhist.
Occasionally the Dalai Lama comes to visit, so it's
like
kind of confusing.
Then you got Bob. Bob's an African American. And then you got Mike and his wife. They're Italian, and I think they're all Italian.
There's a ton of Italian people around here. It's like when I did the whatever the ancestry.com, the genetic
we're like
shit.
We're the Jewish. My household is Jewish, Italian, and I think my wife's mostly Irish or something. I don't know.
We're white and bred.
White and bred.
Because Brie is Irish. She's 3/4 Irish, 1/4 Scottish. And what I found out was I'm English, Scottish, Irish, Norwegian.
See, now I'm English.
So like we basically
English,
glow in
Italian,
we don't have any color.
Ashkenazi Jew.
We're like sort of clear, like translucent.
Nancy's daughter did one of those 23andMe things. Yeah. Came back that her daughter came back that she's like 70% Irish. Mm-hmm. Well, her dad's Italian, so that makes Nancy the Irish factor.
Yeah, I mean, I got a smattering of Italian because I was born in Norristown. You can't help but have a little. I mean, even if your parents aren't Italian at all, somehow it just gets in, it leaches in.
Well, if you're from Norristown, totally Norristown.
There's nothing
Vinny's
to do with
100% Italian. Well, we're proud of you, Vinny.
Vinny, Salvia, whatever the hell
American
that is. Yeah,
now.
I mean, look at that.
But I've got my father was a half Italian, half British guy, and my mother was Ashkenazi.
Well, my parents were Italian and Polish, but I'm not related to them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. My birth parents,
yeah.
my bloodline.
I have no idea what
I was raised in a Northeast Philly Jewish house, so
I never really asked. Like I said, like the other day, my sister was just like, "Well, Mom knew your birth mother." I'm like, "All right, you know what? Just stop. Every time you tell a story, I can't sleep. Just stop." Like I feel more and more worthless.
I just think it's funny that you and I are both adopted. Mm-hmm. We don't even know what we are. We're here doing this show.
The weird thing, I never even thought about it. Like I never wanted to look anybody up. I can go right here in Messenger.
Somebody sent you something?
People I'm genetically related to send me messages that I've never read because I don't want to deal with that.
See, I started looking things up because I had some health issues and I wanted some answers.
I figured that's my kid's problem. You know, I'll just go and prototype it, and then if I wind up having like congenital, leprosy or something, and then I'll find out and just say, "Hon, you're fucked." She'll figure it out. At least, but like it sucks going to the doctor. Like, do you get the thing where they're like, "Well, okay, let's do a family history." Like,
yeah,
I'm the nut the tree springs from. There's no family history.
I have to tell them, no, well, I'm adopted. I know most of the stuff, but I don't like. There's a half a family that I know nothing about.
I've got nothing, and it's funny because like I've actually
Like that doesn't make any sense, and I don't know where that comes from.
But no, man, I had a doctor actually get all frustrated. Like, well, that's going to be done. Like, sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But no, man, I never even like one time, like Bree was talking to me years and years and years ago before we were married. She goes, "Did you ever even look her up on the phone book?" Because all I know is my mother's name. Because on the birth certificate, it's got a checkbox. It says illegitimate and then no father, which I think is hysterical. But I was like, no, I never did. And then I looked up. I'm like, holy shit, she lives in Jeffersonville. She goes, "You gonna go?" I'm like, no. But yeah, I never really thought about it. But like it took me years to find out. Like, I don't think anything's a big deal, but everybody else sort of has it in the back of their head. It's kind of weird. Like I said,
that's my father.
Oh yeah, that's a weird name, man.
It is. We should call him on air.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Hi, you're on the
Mr. Warboys. Were you in the last Mad Max movie?
That would be pretty interesting.
Have you ever spoken to him?
No. No, I wrote him once, and he never replied.
I was watching a British show recently where a guy showed up.
So my name is technically Warboys.
That's fucking weird, man.
I'm Paul Warboys.
I'm actually Richard J. Jan.
Jan.
Go try to figure out that genealogy.
I don't even understand.
Yeah,
there's apparently a town in England called Warboys.
There's one called fucking too, but I don't think they pronounce it that way.
I'm pretty sure that's where his family came from.
Probably, yeah. So were they all like soldiers, or I'm not trying to be simplistic, but if your name's Cooper, you made barrels.
Well, he did design nuclear ballistic missiles.
Well, that tracks then. It could be worse. Your last name could be Boomhauer then. You've been making some weird fucking noises, man. You need to go to the doctor.
I think something's wrong. Well, Jim, we're down to the last 4 hours. 4 minutes even. Jim is choking over there and making fun
doing
of me.
Impressions.
We're down to the last 3 minutes now.
Oh, no.
So do you have anything you'd like to promote? You do. I know you do.
Well, yeah, right after this at 9:00 on Montco Radio is Caitlin's show. She's going to be doing her radio show on college radio. So just go to Montco Radio. Just fucking Google MontcoRadio.com. It's a long, complicated
it's not too
Wix
bad.
address.
And you can still watch the Phillies as you listen to her show.
Yeah, see what weird shit she comes up with now.
Very good.
Because it's always interesting. And she does bring in a lot of guests, and they are all kind of bizarre.
That's what it should be.
Yeah, that's what I told her.
I had no guests at my show.
Yeah. We don't get freaks. We get like normal people.
Oh, I was talking about when I was in college.
Oh, yeah. No.
I had no guests.
No.
I did it all myself, and I had to log it. It was a nightmare.
One of these days when Ted comes up here, we got to get him in here. So
that would be funny.
He can be like John Michael and just like completely like,
sit there and talk.
Just like, out voice us.
I'm going to orate now. Our radio should be done.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's the voice.
So, this weekend, the Old School is premiering. I know that's well, anyway, we're playing the Depot in Bridgeport, and it's at 300 Depot Street.
Well, figure.
It's America's dive bar.
It's where the flood happened.
But it didn't reach them.
No?
No.
That's good. Good.
Nope, didn't get that far. But all the houses on the other side of the tracks, no pun intended.
Yeah, well,
they all got hit pretty badly. And the new houses are being built up higher. Well, they're building that whole development back there.
That's like the ones they built on the old Superfund site here. They're very nice, very expensive. They're built on a cancer.
No, I think part of that, like, because Rip Copley has a house over there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it's
He lives in the corner property at 23, and when you're coming up the hill,
yeah.
and that development's right there.
It's this is like Anderson and yeah. Oh, that's a Superfund site. That's where that's Tyson's dump. If you go back in time. Have you been to his house? When you were there, did you breathe?
I have 7 toes now.
That's probably why your voice is like.
Oh, I thought that was from the COVID vaccine.
No. Don't even start. Oh. You saw the thing I posted the other day. You say one fucking thing, and it's going to take 8. You can say one stupid thing, and people believe it. And it's going to take ages and a lot of effort to fucking convince them you were only kidding.
Yeah, well, everybody on that one station's vaccinated. Anyway, so thanks for tuning in tonight to the American moron loser network of whatever we are.
Hey, here you go.
Welcome to the American Moron Entertainment Network,
the likes of which the world has never seen before.
There you go.
You have to say it like that, though.
Now we're legit.
Try it again.
I'm not going to play that one again. I'll play this one again.
You're listening to the American Moron Entertainment Network.
Well, that was surreal.
That was very surreal.
I have nightmares about that.
You want to do anything else?
No, I think
it's
that's
9 o'clock.
About
so
it. So
it's time to leave. It's almost Halloween, bitches.
Everyone, get the fuck out!
There you go.
All right.
So well, thank you.
We'll see it. We might see you next week. I am off next week for vacation.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm doing family stuff for the wedding.
Ew. Okay.
So there may be a chance that I could be out of town next Tuesday. I'll let you know. We'll get it figured out. Because we're supposed to go to Bates Motel next week.
Nice.
I don't know which day we're doing that. And then we're supposed to take my mom to Atlantic City.
Well, see, now we're getting Frank in trouble. Just like he's commenting on what we're saying, and he's getting community standards warnings.
We get that all the time.
I think it just reminds people not to be bad.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah, it's hard.
That's a religion.
It's not easy in.
Here it is. Look, I got it right here.
Yeah, it's not an easy thing to do in.
I
America
understand.
Today. Yes, I get it. I'm not going to bully.
I just tell them I understand.
I will not beat anybody up verbally, nor go to their house and shoot them. Okay?
Why not?
Because it's not right.
That's illegal.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's morally reprehensible as well.
Immorally or morally?
Morally.
Yeah, I thought you said immorally.
I did not say immorally.
Okay.
So.
Nazis.
Yep. Fucking Nazis. Pennsylvania Nazis. I hate Pennsylvania Nazis. What the hell's going on over there?
I'm going to play some music on the way.
Oh, okay.
Adios, folks.
All right, we'll see you not next week, but we'll figure something out. Stay tuned. We'll let you know. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks, Ed and Bree and Frank and Ted and Vinny and everybody else who hung out with us tonight. We'll see you next time. We sure. All right, good night.